Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. Unprecedented difficulty. It can often create unprecedented leaps. What I mean is during drastic times, ideas are born. And in this video, I'm going to show you how some of those ideas are becoming a reality. Before I get right to the breaking news, I need to give you a bit of some backstory. And I'm going to start with Vechain. This is a project I very much like. And thanks to Chris Wang, the CEO of BitTrue, when I was an ambassador for him, he arranged for me to interview the CEO of Vechain, Sunny Liu. That was a real privilege. So Vechain is one of the first cryptocurrency projects to collaborate with China. And this is from May 2018 when Vechain did with Linggang for trading. I want you to remember that word Linggang because that is very key to today's breaking news. So in June 2019, just June 2019, MUFG, Japan's largest bank, who is also a member of the Ripple Advisory Board, and they own a bank in Thailand that currently today runs on Ripple, they were designated the first bank in Japan to handle renminbi clearing functions. The renminbi is the official name for the currency in China. It's the people's currency, okay? The yuan is also used. So I guess if I had to tell you what it's like some people say the British pound sterling, or they just call it the pound. That's the same kind of analogy. And in looking at what the people in China call it, they actually call it kui. It's colloquial. Kind of like in the UK, you find people who call their currency quid, or for the US, we call it a buck. So that's just why sometimes you hear these different terms used. All right, so getting back to China, SBI has been in China for a very long time. This is where their office is in Shanghai. It is the World Financial Center building. It's, I think, a 100-story high building built by a Japanese building group called Mori. But in 2015, SBI obtained a business license to operate from a pilot free trade zone. Now, this is quite interesting. And in addition to getting that license, we know that in June 2019, Mr. Kitao, the CEO of SBI, was also appointed the senior advisor for the strategic investment for the China Blockchain Association. This is the first time a private outsider joined the 17-member group. And their activities include financing channels and economic policies. Okay, getting back now to Linggang. Linggang is about 60 kilometers from the downtown area of Shanghai, and they officially launched a pilot for a new FTZ, which is a free trade zone in this special area. And that was announced in August of 2019. Here is the area of Linggang, and it has a lot of special economic benefits. It has preferential tax of 15% versus 25% in the rest of China. It has the ability to take overseas investment. It also allows for diverse financial services. There are foreign firms that their business regulations are relaxed. The first wire transfer of 1 million Australian dollars was actually handled from this free trade zone. And they have pledged to reduce paperwork by 70% for those that do business in this protected area. They also can settle foreign currencies. They also have the ability to retain 100% ownership of the companies within this area. So you can see that it has been given a lot of special benefits. Okay, so now we get to November 2019. Actually, this is just October. I wanted to say that the World Bank has recognized China among the top improvers in the business climate because of this new free trade zone. All right, so now let me take you to November 2019. You can see that in addition to Shanghai, there are 6 new free trade zones planned, and they announced that, along with Shanghai trade Lin-gang area being expanded. The 5 phases are shown on the map here, and they're rolling out over the course of the next few years. This is the first phase right here, Shanghai, which is where Linggang is located. All right, so in February 2019, we learned that Ripple was planning their expansion to Shanghai. They wanted to get some boots on the ground. And this was the same month that Lianglang, the money transfer payment solution company, joined RippleNet. What a beautiful skyline. This is Shanghai. And you can see the building, which is the Shanghai World Financial Center, where SBI is located, is sitting behind the Oriental Pearl Tower here. Really, really iconic buildings. So Siamak Masnavi on March 30th wrote this article that Binance, again, I might add, I'm talking about Binance, is establishing a blockchain research institute in Shanghai, aka Linggang Research Center. And he says it'll be a hub for blockchain talent, shaping for breakthroughs in blockchain technology and accelerating the application of blockchain technology through integrations with artificial intelligence, big data, the Internet of Things, and other cutting-edge technologies. So this is the view from Linggang looking over to Shanghai. Now here is the news. Linggang in Shanghai, the free trade zone, launches pilot cross-border transfer of domestic trade financing assets. This is something because all commercial banks in Shanghai can carry out the cross-border transfer of the domestic trade financing assets in the Linggang Special Area. The policy is expected to help domestic banks further revitalize resources. So they are really looking now for ways to jumpstart their economy again. And this is going to further enrich the cross-border two-way circulation channels of the renminbi, meeting the demands of overseas institutions. This is big news, everybody, especially when I had mentioned in the beginning of this video that in drastic times, ideas are born, and everybody is concentrating on keeping the economies going domestically and globally. Okay, we're jumping to some fluff. This is, I don't know how I feel about this. This was actually on the news last night. Maybe some of you have seen it. This is an example of some of the logos by global companies who have made a change to support the social distancing. This is McDonald's, of course. This is Audi. This is VW. And this is Nike, where they actually more or less have coined a new phrase. In Japan, we have a media source called Time Out Tokyo, and they changed their logo now to Time in Tokyo because they are changing their focus in these changing times. And this one is probably most drastic. And again, I don't know how I feel about this, but this is the Tokyo Olympic logo that hasn't been officially changed, but somebody I think was having some fun with the practicing safe social distancing. And today, it's a bittersweet day. This is actually from 2019. It is the day when all the new recruits started at Toyota. And the 1st of April, which is what it is here in Japan, across the whole country, is the first day that the new hires begin who graduated from college. It's very much a celebration day. There are huge events usually planned. However, that has been totally scaled down to almost nothing. And if you just want to take a notice here, if you want to notice all of the hands of the young men and the women, this is the way that a polite gesture is given when you are sitting in a formal situation. Kind of interesting. And today, SBI, no different. They had their new recruits attend, and Mr. Kitao, with his mask, which he did take off when he gave his speech, which lasted for about 23 minutes, he had just a few representatives, but streamed the opening speech from his YouTube channel, which is totally unprecedented. And it's just unbelievable what is happening. And it's so bad for these recruits who are missing out on all of the festivities that the previous years have had, but they probably feel very fortunate to have a job. So I find this just kind of shocking, actually. And to leave you with a happier picture, these are 4 new recruits at what is it? It's a Tobey Aquarium. This is how they celebrated their entrance into the company ceremony by going underwater. They are in Mie Prefecture, and that's kind of fun, I think. Yeah. All right, everybody. Do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.